Hotel, what's going down? It's your boy Deezy with Supreme Confidence, Supreme Clientele. Let's get it, baby. Coming at y'all hard again. Listen to today's episode of the Confidence in the Klutch podcast on the Confidence in the Klutch network. Whether it's a game of basketball or the game of life, you gotta have confidence in the clutch. Practice makes confidence. Pressure makes diamonds. Stay sucker free. Keep it a buck like Milwaukee. I am the IP. Stay woke or get out. Gold ball or bust. You can't fit in when you standing out. You heard? Last year was about branding. This one about expanding. Colorism is dead. Black is black. Every disagreement is not a fight. No shine without the grind. I work for myself, so I guess I work for a boss. Get your confidence together. Get your clutch together. Support your own. Listen and follow the network on various platforms. ConfidenceInTheClutch.podbean.com, Apple, Google, Spotify, and YouTube. Search Confidence in the Klutch. Follow, share, rate, and review. Unfollow, share, rate, and review is important. Visit us on Facebook at Confidence in the Klutch. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram at K and the K. Coming up for today's show, it's a little bit heavy, a little bit dark on the inside, but we're going to get out on the back end. Talking about RIP to Black Rob, Anthony Thompson, Adam Toledo, Deandre from South Carolina, Derek Chauvin, Johnson vaccine, Meth and Red Verzus, Saweetie, NBA Week 18, power rankings. You already know my Konfident Take, something to grow on. Movement, moment, or momentum. Like always, bringing you quality content with strong opinions and facts. Confidence in the Klutch. We are fear more than love, but never hated y'all. Y'all know what it is. Confidence starts right. 3, 2, 1. Confidence on 3, in the clutch on 6. 1, 2, 3.
Confidence.
4, 5, 6.
In the clutch.
All right, y'all. That little hum in the back. I can't get rid of it. But what I did do is I looked at it, and what I found out is that it's something with the software. I have an M1 Mac now, and with this M1 Mac, I'm running Rosetta on it, and we're running Rosetta on it. Every application, when you're dealing with instruments, everything is not, the firmware ain't been updated yet to deal with it. That's the best I've seen. Because when I had my regular MacBook, my 2018 MacBook Pro, it didn't have this hum. So I noticed that. That's what's going on. Otherwise than that, y'all, man, how we feeling out here? That's all I want to know. Confianza en el aperton. One thing, I have to start this out the right way. I want to say rest in peace to Black Rob. Black Rob of the Bad Boy fam. Came out at an important time. You know what I mean? The music was changing. The space where hip hop was going, as far as who was running hip hop. It was a little different. And then we had this great brother out of the Bad Boy camp, Black Rob, that came through with some of the streets. You know what I mean? And it was all good. But I just want to say shout out to him. Thank you, Black Rob, for what you did. 1999 was a special year for all of us that was alive and was grown and was able to be out in the streets. So Black Rob was a movement. Like, you know what I mean? Like, whoa, that meant a lot. You know, the mommy or the light-skinned sister in the video that walked by and put her hair back and that diamond flashed across the screen. We all remember that from the video. Yeah, you know I mean, we all remember him and, what's my man name? What's my man name that was with them? I just closed down title. Excuse me, but y'all know my brother with the bald head in the video on the porch, like, whoa. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, Black Rob, man, he's an important part of my young adulthood. That hip hop, man. That's one of them classic albums that you said that Black Rob, you can put that joint on and let that joint rock. Yeah, J-Lo on the album, man, on his debut. You know what I mean? Back in the day, you know what it is. But I just want to, send my condolences out to his family. Man, we losing legends week to week, back to back like this, man. I don't, and he a legend to me because of who he was and what he was to the label. So, I just want to say, rise in power to Black Rob, Bad Boy, hold your head. Condolences to everyone that's affected by the death of Black Rob. Hopefully everything get worked out that need to get worked out, that possibly didn't get worked out while he was alive. And, possibly in his last days, he was able to get things to where everybody was comfortable with what's going on, man. He released like 3 albums. My favorite album, of course, was the first one. Life Story, my favorite album. Favorite songs on there was Life Story. Whoa, Can I Live is my fave though. Jasmine and Love You Baby. I like that. Black Rob had that storytelling stuff, and that's what I like in that era of Bad Boy. It was a lot of storytelling, and Puff had rappers that could storytell. I love that though. So we want to send a moment of silence out to brother Black Rob, man, and everybody that's affected by his loss, man. Say word. Peace out, Black Rob. Love you, boy. All right. Oh, had to get a little bit more power to this mic. Didn't press my 48 vote button. All right, y'all ready to get into it? Man, it's been a week. It's been a week. I don't even know if I want to play some music. I just want to just let it go. I don't even know if I want to play no music. For real. I don't even know if I want to play some music. I just want to let it go, man. I'm trying to figure it out. I'm trying to figure it out. If I'm just gonna let it go that way. But whew. All right, let's jump into it. Disturbing. Let's take it down to Knoxville, Tennessee. Anthony Thompson, Rising Power. That's the young man that was murdered in Knoxville, and he was labeled as a school shooter. Listening to the family and their spokespeople, this is true fuckery by the gatekeepers, if you ask me. Like, release the body cam footage. What's the sense of having officers wearing them for accountability if it's only one-sided, right? The next story I'm going into, you're going to know why. We gotta have the body cam footage, release it. There's no reason not to release it unless you're trying to cover up some stuff, right? The story of the family is telling, and their spokespeople is deep as fuck. And Anthony was murdered, right? He was murdered. I want to say prayers for his homeboy that was there with him. This is not good. The truth will come out though. So y'all can try to hold everything y'all want to. The truth will come out. So please release the body cam footage. You know what I mean? Another sad story. This is a bad. Another sad story. Rising power to Adam Toledo out of Chicago. Rising power, young man. How hard is it to tell the truth, police? You know what I mean? How hard is it to tell the truth? Right? Prosecutor lied. AD lied. Officer lied. You know what I mean? After they all saw the tape. How hard is it to tell the truth? That's all I want to know. How hard is it to tell the truth? All of them should be fired immediately because they lied. What they said, they lied. So I believe they need to be fired. I'm not about counting people money, but yeah, I watched the body cam footage. He had a gun. Reportedly, if it wasn't planted, he had a gun. He threw it, and then he turned around and put his hands up. Y'all know if he would have dropped it at his feet, they might have shot him as well, right? Y'all know that, right? He dropped the gun and raised his hands. That's murder. You know what I'm saying? He dropped the gun and raised his hands. That's one of them homicides, manslaughter, whatever the one y'all want to charge the officer with. That's one of them, man. Rising power, Adam Toledo. The next one is not a death, but it's still, once again, just crazy, right? With our youth. The South Carolina assailant that pushed a young black man, Deandre, talking about you don't belong here, and he trying to tell him, bro, I live here. I live over here, man. You know what I'm saying? Who is you to tell me? The man broke his phone, did all types of stuff, man. I don't understand what's going on. But people were putting their hands on people and trying to tell some people where they belong, man. I just don't get it. The white guy was charged with malicious injury to property. Right? Then you got some people in the community say, okay, then, and they pull up. And the white guy didn't come outside to have a conversation. Now, back in the days, we would call him a word that starts with a P and ends with a Y. You know what I mean? That rhymes with cushy. You know what I mean? So, It's funny how when it comes to bullying somebody, or better yet, assaulting, harassing. Remember, it's not assault unless the police see it. So, video, whatever. So, you don't want to come out and explain yourself to the blacks. You know what I'm saying? When the blacks come, you don't want to say nothing, cuz. You don't want to say nothing, cuz? Cuz, you ain't gonna say nothing, cuz? Cuz, you ain't gonna say nothing, cuz? Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, we know what it is. So, all right. Derek Chauvin. Moving on. Derek Chauvin. Found guilty on all 3 charges. Faces 10 to 40 years. Jurors took 10 hours to deliberate. They got the job done. My thoughts. Initially, good. But then once the dust settled, this is accountability. This is not justice. You can't bring somebody back from the dead that was not supposed to be murdered. This is not justice. This is accountability. And as a black person, we know when it comes to the police and black people, we don't get accountability unless it's on tape. My thing is, how many other George Floyds were there that people didn't listen to? We already know so many black brothers and sisters that's falsely accused of things. We know that as well. So, this is accountability, not justice. The conviction is cool, right? Sentencing will be what's controversial. 10 to 40 years, probably 75 is they doing concurrently, you know what I'm saying? I mean, Big George is going to live forever. You know what I mean? He didn't have to die for what happened. I mean, all of it. Even resisting arrest, once they got him in his handcuffs, I'm not going back through that shit. I'm not doing it. Hopefully Big George can truly rest now. His family can never rest. You know what I mean, I was thinking this 75-25 really when I was thinking about when it got in the hands of the jury. I just didn't want no hung jury. 75-25. Let me tell you 2 people. Nancy Pelosi, chill. Mark Davis of the Raiders, chill. Y'all try to jump out and say something, but sometimes quiet is the best thing, yo. Y'all both dropped the ball with what y'all said. I get what y'all was saying, though. But you got to remember, some people just going to read what you say, and they don't have the intellect to take it where it needs to go. They're going to take stuff out of context, and then it doesn't look right? Right. Overall, it's cool. He got charged, but it's not okay. We want Big George back. We can't get him back. We want Big George back. That's what everybody wants. We want everybody that was killed by the police back. That's what we want. Rise and power, Big George. Rise and power, Adam Toledo. Rise and power, Anthony Thompson. Rise and power, Black Rob. Moving on. This pause in the Johnson & Johnson vaccine. Thank God I told my kids to go get the Johnson & Johnson. Like, it's one shot, just go ahead and grab it, right? I'm glad I didn't tell them to do that, even though no males have been affected by the Johnson & Johnson. It's been all women, yo. But it's par for the course, right? If you have 6 positives, 6 major negative side effects out of 7 million, all women with 1 dead, it's kind of... I mean, it's hard to tell that those 6 people's family, and it's hard, that's scary, and it's hard to tell the one family of the person that died that is par for the course, right? From my understanding, all had pre-existing health conditions. Pre-existing health conditions is killing the majority of people when it comes to COVID, period. Right? Now, if this was the only vaccine available, I will pause and let them do all the research, then make a decision, right? But since it's not and we have alternatives, I'm glad they paused it. But we got to do the other ones and keep it moving. It's funny how this one, the AstraZeneca, are the ones with the blood clots. So people probably need to stay away from that one. You know what I'm saying? I worry more about women, right? Because if it's sex, I'm sorry for the mic, y'all. I'm just trying to get stuff together. If it's the sex and if it's the nationality, ethnicity that people, and it's attacking them, that's what we got to worry about. If certain groups of people have these certain side effects, then that's what we got to worry about, y'all. You heard me? Rest in peace to the one woman that passed away. Strength to the women that have to recover. Moving on. Went back to work, y'all. We in the building, y'all. Man, I think MPS has crossed the line, though. You know what I mean? Like, I work for the school district, Milwaukee Public Schools. I think they crossed the line. Like, these surveys didn't do a good job. Not enough space, not enough letting parents know. The facilities were not ready up to par. Let me tell you something. We don't have automated flushes with the toilets. We don't have automated hand soap in the bathrooms. We don't have automated turning on of the faucet, and we don't have automated paper towel. What we have is antiquated old facilities. We got to touch everything. And on top of that, we got the pull down cloth towel to dry our hands off in the bathroom. I'll wait. I know we can't gut out everything, but the bathrooms could have got somewhat semi-updated. At least automated hand soap dispensers, right? And if you didn't want to pull the sinks out the wall, at least we got paper towels in the joint. You know what I mean? Like, for real. Like, seriously. So that's my thing with that. We have to self-test, which I don't have no problem with. But how you gonna have a 4-year-old self-testing? Look at me, do like this. I get it, our kids can do things, but come on now, because 10% of our classes every other week are gonna get self-tested. Basically, gonna take a whole classroom in each building, a couple classrooms or whatever. I don't know. The self-test, like, come on, like. Somebody with autism, like, I'm really a little worried about that if they don't know what to do or if they're not following your directions. Or, I mean, what are we going to do with children's nonverbal? I don't know, but if it's for every student, but, you know, I don't know. Protocols and communication, man, they putting everything on the principals, fam. Like, some of this should come from central services, not just no blanket stuff. Like, we got so many things that's messed up. It's ridiculous. The buses, the facilities, over 300 vacancies for classrooms. It's a lot, man. Mentally, it's been rough. You know what I'm saying? Mentally, it has been rough, fam. I'm not going to even lie to you. So today we was home and, it's a good mental health day. I'm glad we didn't do Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Then Friday was our off day. Nah, this is good to break it down because it is a lot. It is a lot, y'all, for real. So yeah, but I'm here. Love the kids, so I'm here, y'all. Shout out to everybody that's back, y'all. Moving on. Now, anybody that knows me knows that I love Brett Favre. Brett Favre is my man. When he got traded to the Jets and he was on the cover of the Madden, I printed out the cover and put that on the insert of my PlayStation game. You know what I'm saying? Or Xbox, whatever I was playing at that time. I put it on the insert. Like, no, we Brett Favre. We ain't the Packers. I was mad for 2 reasons with the Packers. Ray Rhodes and Brett Favre, how they did them. I know Brett Favre, I'm retired, I'm not, I'm coming back. I'm retired, I'm not, I'm coming. I know all of that, y'all. I know. I'm still team Brett Favre. And Ray Rhodes. Brett Favre, you just lost 1-0. So you want people, let me get this right. You want athletes, don't kneel, don't say shit. Your friends don't watch sports due to politics. You were my guy. Brett Favre, my guy, fam. In my head, I hear Lauryn Hill, track number 2, Lost Ones, right? So Cap shouldn't have kneeled due to what all nationalities have contributed to the military, Brett. That don't even sound right. I turned on the Packers for you, Brett. Like, you know what I'm saying? And now, when people show you who they are, you better believe them. Still don't mean he's not a good guy. His just opinions on some things don't make sense to me. And when it comes down to it don't make sense to me, I get it. But when it affects how we move around and how we go and how we get governed and how we get treated, and you saying don't protest about it, man, what are you saying? It's all good, though. Just lost one, Brett. Moving on. Man. I've been watching Snowfall. We'll talk about it later. Matter of fact, we'll talk about it after next week. We're going to talk about this Snowfall. Because I gave a week to Snowfall, right? Like, just watching it and all that. So, I'm behind. I'm behind on my Queen of the South podcast, which I'm going to record right after this one. Okay? Y'all getting like 2 or 3 in 2 days. All right? Check it out. Check me out. Follow the network. Subscribe, rate, review, share. Unsubscribe, rate, review, share. Do that for me. Help me out. My real friends, they made it this far in the podcast anyway. My semi-friends just have the downloads to the podcast. They doing it just to help me out, to give me my numbers. My fake friends ain't doing none of that. You know what I'm saying? So regardless, I'm behind on some of the things that I'm supposed to be doing, right? So last night, the Versus, 420 Red and Meth. I caught the end of it. I caught when EPMD and them came out there. I caught when K Solo came out there. I mean, it was cool. I caught when Inspector Deck and Capadonna came out there. I'm cool. I seen enough. Of course, I want to hear some of them classic songs. I'm going to have to go back and watch it. But from what I saw, it was a classic. Good to see my brothers rocking, look like they're in good health. You know what I mean? They have always, Meth and Red have always had one of the best concerts I've ever been to. I remember we was down at the rave in Milwaukee, and I think Red Man jumped on the speaker and then jumped on like the balcony next to the stage and couldn't get back down. Man, it was just crazy though, man. But you know, it is what it is. They did their classes, the Hit Squad, yo, man, like it was the woo, it was everything that it needed to be, man. So I'm going back to watch it. And I appreciate them brothers, man. They got something going on. I see the little different things that Swiss and Tim doing. They got commercials with Peloton and Versus and all that, trying to do what they're trying to do, man. They got it together. They got it together. I guess it's SWV and Escape next. I don't think they got 20 though. I don't know how that's gonna go, but we're gonna see. We're gonna see. Moving on. We back to it. We're gonna talk about a couple things. Listen. I don't know who was talking about it. The Saweetie Doja Cat performance on Triller for the fight the other Saturday. So I put it up. I said, man, come on, fam. Y'all, I thought they was lying. I'm like, man, how you doing voiceover like you really, really dancing like that though? Like, you know what I'm saying? And lip syncing, like, okay. So Doja Cat with the voiceover over her vocals. Saweetie with the lip syncing. I don't know, fam. You were not dancing that hard. You couldn't rap that shit. You know what I'm saying? That's just what I got to say. That's all. She wasn't popping it in Becker back, Bingley, but she wasn't doing all that now. You know what I'm saying? She wasn't doing all that, all that thing. But with respect to the ladies, that was terrible. You know what I'm saying? That was terrible, man. I don't know, but yeah, they got to do better. They gotta do better for real. I don't know what the hell's going on. I could swear I just did this. I did. I don't know what's going on. But yeah, no comparison needed. We're not comparing them to Cardi and Meg. We're not doing that though. All right, y'all. Let's get into it. NBA Week 18. Yeah, that's where we at. NBA Week 18, y'all. Right now, I got Jokic, and Embiid is my top two. Dame, Giannis, LeBron, Harden, Steph. They done missed some games. Enough games to take them out. I got Embiid, he close. I got Jokic. But if Embiid and them end up some way being number one in the league, man, I got to get them because they was winning without Embiid too. What does that mean? Jokic hasn't missed a game. If there's any year where they possibly can do a split, this would be a nice one. This would be a nice one. Just throwing out there. Last Wednesday, Sixers squeaked by the Nets without Harden, KD, Aldridge, and Blake. Sixers, that was not good. The Nets were not at full strength. You cannot let the foot off of the pedal. Seriously. Last Thursday, LaMarcus Aldridge retires due to an irregular heartbeat. Wolf Parkinson-White syndrome has had multiple procedures since 2006. Cites wanting to spend more time with family and his health and his mortality. Yo, I'm with it. A pretty good player and a pretty good career. Friday, AD is clear for full contact. I pray he's healed and is not at risk to tear his Achilles like KD did when he came back in 2019. Health to AD. Saturday, Tatum and Steph show out in prime time. They was balling. Hopefully Tatum can get his things together after having COVID, man, but he was balling. He was balling hard. Sunday, That New Orleans versus New York game, it was a pretty good game. I liked it. I like Zion at the 1 versus Giannis at the 1 because Zion can create for others. Giannis really can't. They just suck in on Giannis and he just quick pass. But Zion can create for others. He got a better handle than Giannis. KD's out again. I don't know, man. When do we just say, hey, we're just going to sit him, fam, to the playoffs? You know what I'm saying? Clearly he's not 100%. Every time we bring him back, something going to go wrong. Just sit him to the playoffs, fam. Second round, you come back, KD. We got this shit. Hopefully, though. Monday. Yo, Steph is fucking amazing, right? He keeps playing and they keep competing, right? This streak is something to watch and appreciate. He has changed the game out of anybody. I believe that. That argument that he has changed the game more in the last 30 years than anybody is Steph. Because he made little guys say, hey, I know you guys can't dunk and fly through the air, but you can shoot. I remember back in the days in practice, people used to try to dunk. Now people try to shoot long tray balls, you know what I'm saying? Or hit consecutive tray balls, right? Appreciate Steph. He changed the game. 21 games when 10 plus 3-point field goals made. He got 6 this season. No other player has more than 5 in their career, right? Record for most consecutive 30 plus point games, over 30 with 11. He the man, fam. They just don't have the record for him to get the MVP, right? He's definitely the MVP in this team, though. Giannis cannot dictate the offense for a last-second shot. They did this shit in Phoenix. It didn't work, right? Then he gets a cramp. The first minute of overtime, the Bucks lost that game. I don't understand what they be thinking about. Phoenix is for real, though. And, yes, that was a foul on Booker at the end of the second OT. It is what it is. But I told you a couple podcasts ago, bro, you on the clock, man. If y'all don't do something right this year, I can see them moving around, man, for real. The question is who they going to get, though? Who they going to get? So it's always somebody available, though. But, man, we need somebody, man. Giannis, man. We got to get this other piece of his game together. We got to. He cannot dictate the offense for a last-second shot. Get that shit to Drew Holiday. Let him dictate. If it's high pick and roll with Giannis, if it's not, if it's some cross screens with Giannis and Middleton, if it's some horns with them two and Holiday going to pick off of one and the other one dive, weak side post for the lot, something. Maybe I need to coach the Bucks. Maybe I need to coach the Bucks for real. Maybe because I think I got some options for real. All right. So then yesterday, heard LaMelo is cleared to start practicing. So his wrist surgery healed and he should be ready for the playoff run. That's great for me. Yay. All right. Now let's go into my week 18 power rankings. Number 6, got the Bucks 35-22, 1-2 last week, 8th in defensive rating, 5th in offensive rating, 3rd in the East list. This week's best matchup for the Bucks was Phoenix. They lost, but they got 2 against Philly, starting tomorrow. Can't wait. Number 5, the Clippers 41-19, previous ranked 5. Where they at? 3-1 last week, 11th in defensive rating, 1st in offensive rating, 3rd in the West. This week's best matchup for the Clippers was a win at Portland last night. Number 4, the Nets 39-19, previous ranked number 2. 2-2 last week, 26th in defensive rating, 2nd in offensive rating, 2nd in the East. This week's best matchup will be against Phoenix. Is that tonight? No. That's not tonight. That's like Thursday or Friday. Number 3, the Sixers, 39-18. Previous ranked number 4, 2-1 last week, 2nd in defensive rating, 14th in offensive rating, 1st in the East. This week's best matchup is against Phoenix tonight and 2 games against Milwaukee at Milwaukee. Number 2, the Suns, 41-16. Previous ranked number 3. 2-1 last week, 5th in defensive rating, 6th in offensive rating, 2nd in the West. This week's best matchup on the East Coast trip with the best of the conference. They got at Milwaukee. They won. They're 2-0 against them this season. At Philly, at Boston, at Brooklyn. The Suns. They're trying to make it happen, baby. Number 1, the Jazz. I haven't moved them around yet. No Donovan Mitchell out. We're going to see. 43-15. Previous rank. Number 1, 2-1 last week. 4th in defensive rating, 4th in offensive rating, 1st in the West. This week's best matchup was against the Lakers. The win. That's what we're rolling with, y'all. So, we're getting up out of here. I'm almost at my time. I'd like to take a half an hour of your time once a week. A little bit over, because I needed to. We're going to get into our Konfident Take. The written piece of this will be on confidenceintheklutch.podbean.com. Upper right-hand corner. Go to the Konfident blog. It's my little writing piece. Trying to do a little things different. Movement, moment, or momentum is this week's blog. The idea of power is subjective to the user. Spiritual, physical, emotional, social, financial, educational, all can mean different things to different people. A win in a courtroom matters, but we want our ancestors back. When will we stop asking for justice, protesting for justice, demanding justice? Now let's revisit my idea of power. Spiritual, physical, emotional, social, financial, educational, right? All can mean different things. So what does that mean? Power is individual. It is acted upon. It is perceived. It is abused. It is misused. The movement turned into a moment, right? Black bodies drops in the streets daily with no stop in sight, whether by the hands of people that are black or the hands of other people. We need to stop killing us. They need to stop killing us. Brother Malcolm X told us, those, quote, those who cannot learn from history are doomed to repeat it, end quote. Have we learned? Have we changed? Have they changed? Until we all change, history will repeat itself. This is where momentum is important, though, y'all. This is where momentum is important. This is why all efforts should be put forward on our legislators, Republicans, in the Senate to pass the George Floyd Justice and Policing Act. Right is right. It's time. I took this from the Hill. Quote, Democrats have raised pressure on Senate Republicans to pass the bill, which would prohibit racial profiling at every level of law enforcement, ban chokeholds, carotid holds, and no-knock warrants, institute a national police misconduct registry, and overhaul legal protections currently afforded to law enforcement known as qualified immunity. The legislation passed the House in March but faced an uphill battle to winning 60 votes in the Senate. Democrats have largely backed the bill, but Republicans have expressed opposition chiefly over its provision changing qualified immunity, end quote. We know who the problem is. We know what the problem is, y'all. We know who the op is, right? We made the move, right? Fought through the moment and have the momentum to change the idea of power. That's my confident take. Something to grow on. Let me know. Hit me on Twitter at K&K. Let me know what you think. I might need to start posting these on our channel to read. Yeah, I probably have to start posting this on Instagram. Konfident Takes. Let people read them. Yeah. Get your confidence together. Get your clutch together. Support your own. Listen and follow the network on various platforms. ConfidenceInTheClutch.podbean.com. Apple, Google, Spotify, and YouTube. Search Confidence in the Clutch. Follow, share, rate, and review. It's important. Visit us on Facebook at Confidence in the Clutch. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram at K&K. Have a safe and healthy night, y'all. Peace out. 3, 2, 1. Confidence on 3, in the clutch on 6. 1, 2, 3.
Confidence.
4, 5, 6.
In the clutch.